Let me ask you a question, man to man. Have you ever been the one doing all the chasing, texting her first, planning all the dates, making all the moves, and deep down you're wondering, when is she going to put in some effort? You see, most guys have been taught to believe that if you just show her how much you like her, if you're nice enough, if you prove you're loyal, then she'll eventually fall for you. But let me tell you something cold and real. That's not how attraction works. Women don't chase a man who gives away his energy too easily. They chase the man who knows his value, who stands calm in the storm, who doesn't beg for attention because he knows he is the prize. This video isn't about tricks or manipulation. It's about learning how to be the kind of man who naturally makes women want to chase him without saying a word. These 10 Stoic secrets have nothing to do with money, looks, or fame. They're about mindset. So if you're tired of feeling like the only one putting in effort, if you want to shift the dynamic and have women start pursuing you, not the other way around, then pay attention. Let's get into it. Point 1. Stop trying to impress her. Here's the hard truth most men never hear. The more you try to impress a woman, the more she loses interest. Why? Because trying to impress her puts you beneath her. It sends a message, loud and clear, that you're seeking her approval, that you think she's somehow more valuable than you, and you're just hoping she'll notice you. That's not masculine, that's validation seeking. Now, I get it. You want her to like you, but listen closely. A woman is far more attracted to a man who doesn't need her to like him. A man who's calm in his own skin, who shows up as himself, flaws and all, and doesn't flinch if she doesn't clap for it. Think about it like this. When you meet someone trying too hard to be liked, over-explaining, name-dropping, flexing, it's a turn-off. It reeks of insecurity. But when someone is quietly confident, doesn't need the spotlight, and owns who they are, that's magnetic. It's the same in dating. You want her to chase you? Then stop chasing her validation. Talk to her like you would anyone else. Share your thoughts honestly. Be real. And most importantly, stop trying to sell yourself. Because when you carry yourself like you are the catch, she'll feel it. And she'll start wondering what makes you so unfazed, so grounded, so attractive. 2. Prioritize purpose over pursuit. The man who puts a woman at the center of his life loses himself. A Stoic man chases purpose, not people. When you're on your mission, when you're building your empire, refining your craft, and growing your strength, you create gravity. You stop being the one who seeks attention and start becoming the one who attracts it. Look, women aren't drawn to desperation, they're drawn to direction. If she sees that your attention is easily bought with a pretty smile or a flirty text, she'll treat it like it's cheap. But if she feels like your time is sacred, like you give it selectively and with intention, then your presence becomes a gift, not a given. You don't have to ignore her. You don't have to be cold. Just don't drop your entire life because she finally replied. Keep working, stay focused. Let her see that your world spins with or without her, and she'll want to earn a spot in it. 3. Master the power of indifference. There's a quiet strength in not reacting. When she pulls away, when she acts distant, when she tries to make you jealous, you stay centered. That's indifference. And no, it's not about being cold-hearted or playing games. It's about mastering your emotional discipline. You see, most guys panic when they feel a woman slipping away. They chase, they overtext, they beg, and in doing so, they hand her all the power. But a Stoic man, he understands that silence speaks volumes, that pulling back isn't weakness, it's wisdom. If she truly values you, she'll feel that gap you left and move toward you, and if she doesn't, then you just dodged a bullet. The key is this: your self-worth cannot be tied to her approval. You're already enough. And once she feels that certainty in your energy, that you're unbothered by her moods or games, she'll start chasing just to feel that grounded presence again. 4. Show calmness under pressure. Life will test you, so will she. She might throw drama your way. She might complain, challenge you, or even try to provoke you. Not out of malice, but because she wants to see if you can lead when things get chaotic. A man who gets flustered, argues back, or raises his voice, that's a man she can't trust in a storm. But when you stay calm, when you respond instead of react, when your voice stays low, your eyes stay steady, and your energy remains grounded, she feels something powerful: security. And here's the truth: women crave security more than anything. Not financial security alone, emotional security. The kind that says, even if the world's burning down, I'm still in control. That's what separates a boy from a man. So next time chaos comes knocking, don't get sucked into the fire. Be the mountain that doesn't move. Be the presence that soothes instead of stirs. That calmness will echo louder than any clever line you could say. And trust me, she'll chase that kind of man. 5. Make her earn your vulnerability. There's power in being vulnerable, but only when it's earned. A high-value man doesn't dump his emotions out like loose change. He doesn't use his pain as bait for pity. Instead, he carries it with strength. He's open, but disciplined with his openness. You've probably heard, just be yourself. But that's incomplete advice. The truth is, you reveal yourself over time, like a great novel, chapter by chapter. And the deeper she gets into your story, the more she appreciates your depth. When you meet a woman, she doesn't need to know everything right away. In fact, when you keep a little mystery, it draws her in. But here's the key. When you do open up, when you share a scar, a lesson, a truth, she has to feel like she earned that level of trust. That's when it becomes powerful. That's when she stops seeing you as just another guy and starts seeing you as a man with a soul worth understanding. Don't hide your heart. Just don't hand it over like a coupon either. Let her walk the path to your vulnerability, and you'll find that when she finally gets there, she'll chase harder to stay close to it. 6. Don't flinch. When she tests you. At some point, she will test you. She might tease you, push a boundary, say something to see how you'll respond. That's not always manipulation, it's instinct. She's trying to feel your strength, to know that you won't fold under emotional pressure. Most guys fail these tests because they react emotionally. They get defensive. They try too hard to prove themselves. But the Stoic man? He stands still. He doesn't flinch. He might smile, say nothing, or give a calm, assertive response. That stillness, that quiet confidence, it tells her more than words ever could. It tells her, I know who I am. Your approval doesn't define me. Your games don't move me. And once she feels that, something shifts inside her. She stops testing and starts respecting, because now she sees a man who can handle her energy, a man who can lead instead of follow. That's rare, that's valuable, and that's exactly what women chase. 7. Create subtle jealousy. Without trying. You don't need to play games to make her want you more, but you do need to live a full life that doesn't revolve around her. When she sees that other people admire you, that other women notice your presence, that your time is in high demand, she starts to see your value in a new light. Not because you're showing off, but because you're in motion. The trick? Don't rub it in her face. Be subtle. Mention that you were out with friends. Laugh about a story from someone she doesn't know. Post a photo where you're living, not posing. Why does this work? Because it activates a natural fear in her, the fear of missing out on a man who is in demand. It makes her wonder, who else sees what I'm seeing? Am I about to lose him? You don't need to flirt with others to spark attraction. You just need to remind her gently that your world is big and she's lucky to be part of it. That kind of energy is magnetic. It pulls her in without a single word. 8. Be the mystery she can't solve. In a world where everyone overshares, mystery is magnetic. You want to know one of the easiest ways to get a woman chasing. Don't give her everything. The average guy spills his life story in the first week. He reveals his schedule, his opinions, his feelings, all of it. And while honesty is important, so is pacing. Let her wonder where you're going. Let her ask questions you don't always answer directly. Let her think, there's something about him I can't quite figure out. That unknown becomes a challenge. And women love a good challenge. A man who isn't easily read becomes irresistible, not because he's hiding, but because he's layered. Every time she sees you, she wants to peel back another part, and that keeps her coming back. Mystery is not manipulation. It's depth without desperation. So stay open, but keep a little back. Be the kind of man whose silence says more than someone else's speech. She'll chase the answer to the riddle you've become. 9. Keep emotional control at all times. The man who controls his emotions controls the entire interaction. It doesn't mean you never feel. It means you never let your emotions own you. She might pull away. She might test you. She might confuse you. And in those moments, most men spiral. They rant. They lash out. They beg. And just like that, the attraction dies. But a Stoic man knows that emotional control is masculine power. He pauses before reacting. He speaks less when he's angry. He doesn't chase highs or fear lows. He stays steady. And in that steadiness, she feels peace. You don't need to fake indifference. Just become the man who genuinely chooses how he feels and responds. When you no longer react to her every shift in energy, she starts chasing the one thing she can't shake, your unshakable energy. That's what women crave. Not perfection, but presence, the kind that doesn't rise or fall with every emotional wave. 10. Walk away if she disrespects you. This is the final secret, and it's the most powerful one. A man who can walk away is a man who is truly free. If she disrespects you, crosses your boundaries, or takes your value for granted, and you stay, she learns one thing. She doesn't have to respect you to keep you. But when you calmly walk away, not out of anger, but out of self-respect, that's when the game flips. Because most women have never seen that. They're used to men begging, pleading, compromising just to stay. But when she meets a man who'd rather lose her than lose himself, that's when she realizes what she had. Sometimes walking away is what makes her start chasing, because now she sees you won't tolerate disrespect. You're not afraid of being alone. You value yourself too much to be treated like an option. And that kind of man, he's rare, he's dangerous, and he never has to chase, because the world starts chasing him. So, let's be clear. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be the best-looking guy in the room. You don't need to memorize pickup lines or play some complicated game. You just need to become a man that knows his value, lives with purpose, and leads with emotional discipline. When you stop chasing and start embodying these Stoic principles, everything changes. Women notice, they feel your energy. They sense the calm confidence in your silence, your presence, your eyes, and they don't just want to be around it. They start chasing it. Because deep down, every woman wants a man she can respect, a man she can trust, a man she can feel safe surrendering to. Be that man. Not for her, but for you. Because when you stand in your power, the world bends in your direction. You don't need to force attraction. You just need to become the kind of man she doesn't want to lose. And that is how you make any woman chase you. If this hit something inside you, don't forget to like the video, drop your thoughts in the comments, and hit that subscribe button for more content built for men who lead. Until next time, stay grounded, stay focused, and never forget, you are the prize.